It's that time.
It's game time, baby.
That time. Time to kick off Sports Extra. Brought to you by Southside Lumber, Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center, and Subway. Now, News 3's Sports Extra. Sports Extra.
Welcome to Friday's Sports Extra. With only 1 week of the regular season to go left, conference titles were up for grabs in the River to River, Ohio and Mississippi. Plus, girls and boys state golf tees off and Maroon Madness tips off at SIU. But we begin on the gridiron. The Mississippi Championship was on the line in DeCoin as the Indians hosted Anna Jonesboro. The Indians got off to an early start in this one. In the first quarter of play, Matt got set, dropping back, and finds a wide open Brandon Williams up the sideline. He goes untouched for the 59-yard score. DeCoin's up 6-0 early. Then 2 drives later, the Indians stick with the passing game. This time it's got set to Marcus Clary for the goal line dive. It's 12-0 Indians at the half. And after a scoreless third, AJ gets on the board with this 15-yard touchdown scamper by Jordan Chamness, and it's a 6-point ball game. But that's all they would get as DeCoin wins the Mississippi Championship tonight, 27-6. 2 other games in the Mississippi tonight. Chester clinches a playoff spot with a shutout of Pinckneyville, 42-0. And Nashville doubles up Sparta, 52-26, the final there. On the Ohio side of things, Harrisburg, Heron, and Massac County all began the night with a share of the conference lead. The Bulldogs own the tiebreaker, so win tonight over Murfreesboro, and Harrisburg would clinch the title. Harrisburg's senior night out there, and John David Rollins taking it in for the TD, 7-0 early. Bulldogs fans loving it. And later in the first half, this time Dawson Monfort barrels into Pater, 13-0 after the PAT is no good. But the Red Devils, Evan Brooks hooking up with Orlando Jarrett to cut it to 13-7. Harrisburg, and then Isaac Beam extending the lead for the Bulldogs, 27-7, and they cruise in this game. Well, the Heron Tigers try to keep their postseason hopes alive tonight at Benton. We picked things up at the end of the first quarter. Marshall Anderson taking the Ranger punt at his own 5-yard line and goes 95 yards for the score to put the Tigers up 7-0 early in this game. And that left Benton looking for answers. Later in the second, Trey Wilcox trying to go to Anderson, but he is eventually picked off by Hunter Clark to give the ball back to Benton. And this one was all Tigers, though. In the third, David Malo finding a hole. You'll see it in a second on 4th down, and he is going to take it 47 yards to the house. Another big game for him to put Heron up by 14. They go on to win big tonight, 47-0. Well, the final matchup in the Ohio featured Massac County paying a visit to West Frankfort. Wet and cold, this future Redbird still having fun out there. Pick it up in the second quarter. Massac up 21-6. QB Jarrell Johnson with the sneak up the middle. Massac up 28-6. And in the third quarter, Caleb Krim going low, 15-yard TD for him, and the Patriots up 34-6. The fake kick then, and it's Krim again with the 2-point conversion. Massac up 36-6. And later in the third, it's Johnson again, this time with a 22-yard TD up the middle. Massac up 42-6. They go on to win 50-6, the final in that one. Well, our Sports Extra spotlight shined on Carbondale tonight as the Terriers welcome South 7 rival Marion. First quarter play, Marion's Dalton Robertson taking it 68 yards and then some to the house, finding Patert, and that made it 7-0 Wildcats early in this game. But a little later, it's Robertson getting it done through the air to Zach Irwin. Marion took a 17-7 lead into the half. They would be winning 24-17 in the fourth quarter when Kendall Edwards goes the distance for Carbondale, the area's best rusher, coming through in the clutch. Game tied at 24. And Colton King goes for a field goal here with a minute left. It's no good, so we are going to overtime. And that is where Robertson going to take it in from 5 yards out as Marion goes on to win this game in a thriller, 31-24. So Carbondale had 10 yards to get the area's best rusher in the end zone. First down, Edwards gets it down to the 5. Fourth down now, and on the 2, and the Wildcats defense stuffs Edwards at the line for the 5th straight year. Marion beats Carbondale, as I mentioned, 31-24 in overtime.
I just drew this line in the sand, real emotional. But, we all banded together, came through, and big plays, big games need big plays, and I think we executed pretty well.
That was big. They played good all night, and at times they carry us, but at times we have to carry them, so I give it up for the defense on that.
And also in the Diamond, El Dorado, a loser tonight to Cesar-Valere Waltonville at Woodlawn, 54-16 in that game. And Fairfield clinching a playoff spot with a win tonight, 46-6 over CZR. Meanwhile, Alvarado Trico falling to Carmi White County, 41-8 in that game. Well, tomorrow, Johnston City pays a visit to former coach Mike Rood and Vienna Goreville. That game starts at 1 o'clock, and we'll have highlights from that one coming up tomorrow. Around the rest of the South 7, Mount Vernon over Centralia today, 26-7, and Belleville Altoff falling to Cahokia, 32-15, the final there. And in the Black Diamond, Hamilton County tried to become playoff eligible tonight. The Foxes would have to knock off 6-1 Carterville to do so. Some Cold fans watching Carterville's Jeff Aldridge run in the ball 24 yards in the first quarter to move the chains. And then later in this one, Lions Dalton James getting through Hamilton's defense with little trouble for the TD. Score was 7-0 Lions. And later in the half, Fox's Adam Irvin hooks up with Stephen Lemons for the 54-yard run with help from our editors. And at the end, doing a little celebration dance up at Hamilton County are on the board 7-6. And that was the score for the first half. Carterville going to win this game, though, 20-6, the final there. Well, the boys and girls state golf tourneys teed off today, and the ladies in our own backyard. Marion beginning their title defense this morning at Hickory Ridge, and the Wildcats struggling early. Cassie Rushing shot 6 over on the front nine, but on 15, the nice approach shot. She recovered and shot a 1 under on the back nine. Her sister Ashley shot a 75 on the day, good enough for a tie for 7th individually, but not the best of days for the Wildcats. Campbell Hunt has never posted a score higher than 80 all season. Today, she finished with an 81. Of all the local golfers, Carbondale's Caroline Kwok fared the best. She shoots 2 over, good enough for a 5-way tie for second, and goes on to par number 8 right here. So to recap the leaderboard after day one, Marion girls are in 6th place, 47 over, and individually, Wildcats Ashley Rushing tied for 8th, while Carbondale's Caroline Kwok is tied for 2nd.
I wanted to be comfortable today. Even though I made a bogey, I was just okay, just get over it and try to make a better play next hole and stuff, and try to focus on my golf.
We know we can make up a lot of strokes, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be cold tomorrow too, and everybody, it's not only us that want to make up strokes, it's everyone. So we're going to do our best.
And at Crab Orchard today, the A-State golf tourney, more cold temps and wet conditions out there. Harrisburg making their first trip to state in 31 years. Whitney Nugent with a nice chip shot on 18. The Bulldogs sit in 5th in the team standings. Meanwhile, Massac County out in front of the team race. Taylor King with a great putt on 9 that just lips out, and leading the way for the Patriots today, Taylor Mumford, who shot 11 over, currently in 2nd in the individual standings. And Carterville's Hannah Gill playing her home course, tied for 11th. She shot an 87. And with 1 round to play, Massac County with a 13-shot lead on Central Catholic, while Harrisburg is in the hunt with a 119. Individually, Nashville's Keegan May is also tied for 8th. And at the boys' state tournament in Bloomington, behind Andrew Mitchell's 75, the Benton Rangers sit 5th, 12 back in the team hunt. Mount Carmel is tied for 1st. Jared Paddock shot a 76 and is tied for 8th. And also individually, El Dorado's Kobe Watson is tied for 8th. And Waltonville's Sam Waters is tied for 14th. And in 2A, Logan Murphy of Mount Vernon is tied for 20th. Well, tonight's Saluki basketball fans got their first glimpses at this year's team. Maroon Madness, the official tip-off of the men's and women's season, showcased a slam dunk contest, 3-point shootout, and scrimmages. Tony Freeman made his debut in a Dogs uniform along with JC transfer Jack Crowder, and new women's coach Missy Schreiber was welcomed. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow night with Saturday's Sports Extra after the race. If you'd like to chat about tonight's games, go to our website, WSILTV.com, then click on Cover It Live. We'll be there shortly. Have a great night.